Today I'll be analyzing r/tendies and the memes associated with that subreddit. Tendy or good boy memes originated on 4chan in the form of green texts and often show the main character Anon as a fat, sweaty, middle-aged man living with his mother. Anon, unable to take care of himself, subsists entirely on Tyson chicken tenders, Mountain Dew, and honey mustard. This diet causes good boys to grow into what they call a full, healthy frame that they often complement each other on. The good boys, as I'll continue to call them, also hate their father, Chad, who tries to feed them vegetables and keep them healthy. Basically, the good boys are the next level of degeneracy down from the neckbeards and white knights, as we know today. The relationship between the good boys and their Stacy mothers are often abusive, with the good boys being prone to throwing all manner of bodily fluids in various containers at their mothers when they are not granted tendies. While the good boys do seem to hate their mothers completely, they do have a very edible relationship with their mothers, relying on them entirely to supply food, drinks in the form of Mountain Dew, cleaning, and internet. The good boys throughout their life have slowly regressed and moved inward away from reality, almost completely forgetting that they live in the real world. I think that this type of relationship is well represented in Carl Jung's Ion, Researches into the Phenomenology of the Self, where in Chapter 3 he states the following. What then is this projection-making factor? The East calls it the spinning woman, Maya, who creates illusion by her dancing. Had we not long since known it from the symbolism of dreams, this hint from the Orient would put us on the right track. The enveloping, embracing, and devouring element points us unmistakably to the mother, that is, to the son's relation to the real mother, to her imago, and to the woman who is to become a mother for him. His eros is passive like a child's. He hopes to be caught, sucked in, enveloped, and devoured. He seeks, as it were, the protecting, nourishing, charmed circle of the mother, the condition of the infant released from every care, in which the outside world bends over him and even forces happiness upon him. No wonder the real world vanishes from sight. If this situation is dramatized as the unconscious usually dramatizes it, then there appears before you on the psychological stage a man living regressively, seeking his childhood and his mother, fleeing from a cold, cruel world which denies him understanding. Often a mother appears beside him who apparently shows not the slightest concern that her little son should become a man, but who with tireless and self-immolating effort neglects nothing that might hinder him from growing up and marrying. You behold the secret conspiracy between mother and son, how each helps the other to betray life. I'm sure that after hearing the passage, you're able to draw a few parallels between what Jung was talking about and the good boys in the Tendy memes. Now, as these are memes, they're ever-changing and evolving. I think this meme has been going on Reddit for over a year now, where new characters are constantly being added, like Tyrone, a new father figure who the good boys look up to and are protected by. The memes in this community go even further, with members adding new characters all the time, like Chet, Kyle, more Chads, and even creating a fake rivalry with r/Chads Rise Up, I believe it's called. I will now read a bit more from Ion. Where does the guilt lie? With the mother or with the son? Probably both. The unsatisfied longing of the son for life and the world ought to be taken seriously. There is in him a desire to touch reality, to embrace the earth and fructify the field of the world. But he makes no more than a series of fitful starts, for his initiative as well as his staying power are crippled by the secret memory that the world and happiness may be had as a gift from the mother. The fragment of the world which he, like every man, must encounter again and again, is never quite the right one, since it does not fall into his lap, does not meet him halfway, but remains resistant, has to be conquered, and submits only to force. It makes demands on the masculinity of a man, on his ardor, above all on his courage and resolution when it comes to throwing his whole being into the scales. For this he would need a faithless Eros, one capable of forgetting his mother and undergoing the pain of relinquishing the first love of his life. The mother, foreseeing this danger, has carefully inculcated into him the virtues of faithfulness, devotion, loyalty, so as to protect him from the moral disruption which is the risk of every life adventure. He has learnt these lessons only too well and remains true to his mother. This naturally causes her the deepest anxiety, when to her great glory he turns out to be a homosexual, for example, and at the same time affords her an unconscious satisfaction that is positively mythological. For in the relationship now reigning between them, there is consummated the immemorial and most sacred archetype of the marriage of mother and son. What after all has commonplace reality to offer, with its registry office, pay envelopes, and monthly rent, that could outweigh the mystic awe of the Hyros Gamos, or the star-crowned woman whom the dragon pursues, or the pious obscurities veiling the marriage of the Lamb? In this video I took a very surface level dive into the world of r/tendies, and there's much more to be found if you only go and take a look for yourself. I'll leave a link in the description. I'd like to end off by saying that while I'm sure this meme stems from irony, I can never be sure that these relationships will never come into normalcy, especially in the age of the internet. Eat your vegetables, and remember, memes matter.